We're losing! Teamwork, guys, more teamwork. They're burying us alive!
Well, shit.
Jeez, Louie.
Honey, don't you want to beat those bastards? In my book, we're going to be winners.
Listen, I ain't got nothing left inside her. Cause you're training like a damn bum, you know that?
Screw them.
What are you doing? What are people doing?
Is this early access to?
Hey, let me tell you something, bro.
Get out there now and do the best you can.
All righty. Welcome. Sunday, the last day of February 2021. March is upon us tomorrow. In like a lion, Matthew. Out like a lamb, Eric. That's what the kids tell me.
You hear that, Eric? I'm the lion. You're the lamb. I'm the old mean bastard, and you're the nice. You're the nice guy.
That's right.
Good cop, bad cop.
I think we got it backwards. Young, not me. I'm not the lame.
Well, what's going on, fellas? How we doing on this Sunday evening?
I tell you what, man. Weather changed here fast. It's been in the 60s. Snow's all melted now, except for the big piles in the parking lots. But, man, what a sloppy mess it is right now.
Not around here. 28 degrees on Tuesday. Lots of wind. It's going to be still, like I said, in like a lion, Matt, around here. Where to start? Well, I want to apologize. Last week, I did not schedule the show promptly at 9 a.m. I had posted the show on Podbean, and I don't know why. Someone has to tell me why Podbean allows you to post a show without audio. But I was so focused to get to my evening work, which I have scheduled for tonight as well, that in my haste, I forgot to upload the audio. So,
oh, no.
So around 4 p.m., I think Slaterific, the pizza guy,
yes.
Got us on Twitter and said, hey, where's my show? Where's my show?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, son of a bitch. In my haste to get laid, I forgot to upload the audio. That's all I can say. I just come clean on that. You know what I mean? I just
I can let you slide on that because there was a reason behind it. So there you go.
Yeah.
It's just like, back in the Bible days, Adam and Eve. Eve tempted Adam with that apple.
Oh, so juicy fruit.
That oh so juicy fruit. Mike was tempted by the night, and the devil got him, and
hey man,
just brought everything down.
Nobody's perfect.
Just gotta. It's proof that the older you get, the more I need a checklist. Need a little
checklist.
Need a little post-it here. All the little things.
You don't have a checklist for sex yet, do you?
No, I cover all the bases.
Take pants off.
Oh, don't worry about that. Yes.
Slot A goes into slot B.
Thank you for the biddies, Chase. Appreciated. Before we get started, I just want to give a quick shout-out to my friend Tino Morte Brutal. Passed away this week. Very sad. Former co-host of Gamers in Beta in the very, very early days, like the first handful of episodes. But more importantly, Tino was a great friend, a good man, family man, and just will be incredibly missed by everybody. So our condolences to his family and friends.
It's just incredibly sad.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Moving on, Matt and Maniac, if you're in chat, did the clippers come in? We talked last week about the toenail and fingernail clippers from Amazon. Did they come in this week?
Yes, they did. And these things, let me tell you something. I cut my finger.
I warned you. I told you they were really not for fingers. That you might.
I cut my finger, and they are. Here, let me get this thing going. Can you see that there? These things are a beast.
Yeah.
They look industrial. Like you got some serious stuff going on.
We've talked about my toenails on here before, and these things make some of my toenails look like butter.
Oh yeah.
There is no
resistance.
None at all. None at all. Like I said, you get these. I was messing. I was like, "Oh shit! I just cut my goddamn finger." And I texted Mike. I was like, "These fucking things are no joke. I just cut my finger with them. These are nice. These are awesome. These are very good. Well worth. They were pricey. $10, $9.99 from Amazon.
But show the presentation. Did you get rid of the presentation already?
No, it's upstairs. No, it's upstairs. I mean, it came in a bag, but it came in this tin cylinder can. Yeah, and it came with a file.
Did you keep this like under lock and key, or did you show Barb, or what?
Oh, I showed Barb, but they're down here in my drawer where the kids cannot get these and lose these things and take them and do them. No, these are mine only.
But was Barb impressed with the craftsmanship?
She couldn't give a shit. She didn't care. she didn't care. She just. I was showing her. I was cutting through my toenails. She's like, "Oh my god, don't show me your toes. I don't want to see your toes. What the hell's wrong with you, you idiot?" She's like, "Jesus Christ, you're disgusting. I don't want to see that." So, but no joke. I highly recommend those. 5 out of 5 stars from this reviewer right here. But
wow,
they were a good pickup for sure. Speaking of money, gentlemen, I think we've had this conversation before, but I want to poll the audience and get your opinion as well. So the other day, I had a reverse osmosis system put in. Okay, because I have a well system here. I want to get rid of the arsenic in the water. Okay, not that we had levels that were exceeding the norm, but just being careful. Now I know you guys don't have a lot of people come into your house and do work. I mean, who knows? Maybe you guys would put in your own reverse osmosis system. I don't know. I'm not that adventurous. I had someone come in and do it. Now, they send you the bill like via email within 24 hours. Okay, it says payment due upon receipt. But part of the package is that they come out in a week's time and test the water. They send it out for testing, and then they give you the results. Now, that has happened. They have come out to do the test, but the results haven't come back yet. And today I got a reminder from the president or the CEO of the company, hey, you got an outstanding bill, please pay it. So it's really, the question here is twofold. When you have bills like that, do you turn around and pay them immediately? Because they don't say, these things didn't say like 30-day terms. It said payment upon receipt. Okay, and then the second thing, would you have paid the bill if the water results hadn't come back yet?
Yeah, probably. I probably would have paid it all in full. And
did they give you a time frame when the water the results was going to come back, and was that a part of the agreement?
Yeah.
It was all included in the price. To have the water tested and the results come back, testing.
Is there any way you could call? Because I'm sure they had a sales representative who sold it to you. Is there any way you could talk to them and say, "Hey, listen, until my water results come back, I'm not paying you a damn thing"? Because
I emailed the guy back today. I was like, "Listen, part of this thing is for the testing, and the results haven't come back yet." And then the other component that I don't want to really get into too much is, because I didn't really know this, but I was supposed to get some sort of fancy faucet thing for the sink. Because what they do is they use the soap dispenser, right? They take that out of your sink, and it comes up to the soap dispenser. And what they provided us looks fine, right? You won't look at it and go, "Wow, that looks cheap" or anything like that. But supposedly the package that I paid for had some fancy fucking faucet. But
well, before you pay, you need to be made whole. They haven't.
That's what I wrote back to. That's what I wrote back to the guy today. I was like, I need my test results, and I need the cost adjusted because I didn't get the fancy faucet.
I mean, I have intentions. I have intentions on paying. I would tell them I have intentions on paying it, sir. No problem. But you didn't give me what I paid for, what I ordered, rather. So forget you.
Yep. Just always wonder those things, Even the plow guy that comes, payment upon receipt. I know he just did the work, right? But you guys, or Matt in general, if you had someone come out and do work, I know that's few and far between, and they sent you a bill, you'd pretty much pay it instantly?
Yeah, within a week or so, probably. Yeah.
Well, if I know Matt, I think I know Matt enough. But only if you're satisfied, though, Matt, right? If Matt's not satisfied, I've known Matt to go off if he's not satisfied. So,
well, you have witnessed that, I think.
If he's not satisfied, he's not paying for it. That's no.
Yeah, I mean, normally I'm not getting my bill until everything's complete and to my satisfaction. And I was like, all right, here you go. And I'll get the bill in a couple of days. I pay it.
Now, what about before automatic bill pay? Can you remember that far back before automatic bill pay, and they would send you a paper bill in the mail?
I still get plenty of paper bills from my doctor and water department.
Okay. Now those come in, you pay them instantly, or do you usually wait the 30 days? Like, so for example, let's just hypothesize here. You get a water bill. It's $20. They want $20 from you, and it's not due in 30 days. You pay it as soon as you get it, or do you wait 28 days and put it in the mail right up until the point it's due?
I pay on the due date.
I pay that right away. I pay that as soon as I get it.
Yeah.
I pay on the due date mainly because my neighbor takes it down to the water department on his way to work. But even still, like all my bills, like you said, I would say probably half of my bills are automatic, and it comes out in the day that it's due anyway. But before that time, I would go in, log on that day or the day before, and all right, paid, paid off whatever that needs to be paid for. The hospital bills that come in, the doctor bills that come in, I get those, and within a few days, I stack them up down here, and then I say, "Oh shit, I got to pay that." And I open it. I log on.
Because it's a slippery slope. Because if you let them pile up, then you got a whole bunch due. Where if you pay them as they come in, then it's more spread out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pay mine. Everything I have is online, so I just pay them as like my water bill. They'll email me or text me and say, "Hey, this is your water bill," and I just respond and pay it. Well, that's it.
I'm lucky we don't have a water bill here. I don't have any doctor bills. Anything that doctor bills, copay usually, and you pay that. Sometimes you pay that. I remember more often than not when I was younger, I'd pay the copay right at the doctor's office. But they've gotten away from that lately, that they've been sending a bill for the copay.
Yeah, back in the day, all my bills, I would, 5 days before it was due, I'd write the check, put it in the mail, send it off, make sure it got there in time.
Yeah.
But now, then when I started doing online, I did, I'll pay it the day it's due, and now my cable bill, insurance, Verizon, a couple other bills that just automatically the day, I get an email the day before saying, hey, we're withdrawing this amount of money from your account tomorrow. Boom, gone.
I just got all my excise bills in the mail. They don't charge you excise tax in Ohio, do they, for vehicles?
No, we just pay our yearly registration fees.
Yeah, we get that as well. But they charge us $25 per $1,000 value of your vehicle.
Yeah, I get that too, Mike.
Yeah.
Kentucky's got something like that too, where you got to pay tax on your vehicle every year, plus for your license plates and all that shit. Ohio, no, you just pay your yearly registration fee, which is $50-$60 for a license plate. Now, so do you pay when you buy a car, Eric and Mike? Yeah. When you guys buy a car, do you pay taxes at the dealership then too?
Yeah.
Yep.
Plus, you're getting taxed every year on it.
Yeah, I think it's supposedly for the roads, right? Excise tax for wear and tear on the roads.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And that's something that, as young, there's a question here about buying houses that we're going to get to from Bibbs in just a minute, but that's also something, young kids around here that think of buying their first car and want something brand new and shiny. Well, that's the gift that keeps on giving, because you buy a brand new car as a young man or young woman, and
end of the year.
then a year, that car, brand new car, there's going to be an excise tax bill. And like I said, it's $25 per every $1,000 that value of that car.
Yes, sir.
So,
fuck that shit.
You know.
See, I got this thing with me. Like when my car insurance comes in, right? I can pay it. It's a 6-month policy or something like that, and I can pay it every month. I hate doing that. It irritates me. So, like, say my wife in my car or whatever, how many, a couple thousand or whatever. I just pay it, bro. I can't be paying stuff every month. I just can't do that, man. It irritates me. So most of my bills, I just pay them and get rid of them.
I hear you. Yep. If you can afford to do it, you know. Excise tax, Bibs. Yep. Excise with an E. You got to pay.
We call it property tax.
Yeah. Well, you got property tax, too. You pay property tax, Matt?
On my house, yeah. I pay twice a year.
Yeah.
No, not on the house. We got property tax on the stuff you own, like your cars and stuff. That's what they call our shit.
Yeah. Ours is called excise property tax, but yeah, then there's also the house tax as well.
House tax, yeah. Man, it's a scam, bro. It's a scam.
I got property tax on my house that I pay, but I don't pay any extra tax on like my shit I own.
Yeah, property tax comes out of my right out of my mortgage. So I don't pay. So I don't pay any. Like, there's not a separate bill. They send me a statement, but it comes out of my statement. Yeah. I have another bill for you to pay, Matt. It's called Paramount Plus, $4.99 a month or $9.99. CBS All Access is now being rebranded to Paramount Plus. And the reason I bring this up because I want to watch SpongeBob, Sponge on the Run. But if I
want to watch a couple of things on that show also on that there. Yeah, I want to watch some of that shit, man.
Yeah.
It looks like not too bad of a value.
Right. Yeah.
You're going to get your live TV, sports, and all those TV shows. So.
Yep, and some movies as well, right? So, I think the sports. I think the package that you're talking about is maybe more like $9.99. I think if you just want to watch regular, television. It's going to be $4.99, not television, but, just shows, like Netflix type shows. But if you want to watch live events and things of that nature, I think it's the more pricier $9.99.
I think the $4.99's got the live also.
Does it?
The live stuff. Yeah. But it doesn't have, but you have commercials, though, for all your on-demand stuff. You got commercials, from what I understand. And then the $9.99 is commercial-free, except for the live stuff, because they can't stop the commercials on live television.
It says here the premium tier will have live sports supplemented with even more options like CBS news feeds and a live CBS TV experience for $9.99. But who knows?
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, the $4.99's got that too.
I just want a trial because SpongeBob comes out this week, so I just want to watch that.
I think we're getting too many different.
You think?
Applications. Yeah, man. Well, getting out of control now, man.
So here's the thing, okay? And I've preached this for many years, okay? Back in the 40cast days, I think everyone wants this a la carte shit, and now you got it, and you're paying just as much now with this shit than you was with your fucking cable television.
But the only difference is you have a choice.
You have a choice, and you can, cancel any time, 1 month to the next or whatever. But
my choice would be to watch none of it, but I don't watch any television.
I'm down here mainly playing fucking games and shit, man, most of the time.
No.
My YouTube TV is just fine. I'm good.
Yeah. I tell you why I'm pissed off, though, because they got rid of the local sports networks. So I won't be able to watch my Reds.
Yeah, what are you going to do? You're going to have to listen to the radio now, old school.
Listen on the radio, I'm probably get my sister's login for her Cincinnati Bell-Fi Optics to be able to log into the computer here and watch it that way, and on the TV, download the apps.
Yeah.
Watch it that way.
And YouTube TV doesn't offer any of those like subscriptions built in, right? You don't get any of that stuff included?
No.
Well, no, they're starting to offer like HBO, Showtime, Epix, all that stuff. You got to pay for them. Yeah, they're added on, just like your regular cable. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And what's YouTube TV up to now?
$70, I think.
70.
It's getting pricey in itself, actually. It's not. When I first started it, what was that? About 2 years ago?
It was like $50, wasn't it? Something
I want to say it was $49.99.
$49.99. Yeah.
Now it's up. Now I want to say it's $69.99 now.
Mm-hmm. So $70.
That's not about right there.
Yeah, you're right.
And what's Netflix at? $14.99.
$15.99, I think, isn't it? At least for the tier we have. Might be $14.99.
And then if you get Amazon Prime,
Prime, HBO Max, Disney Plus.
Man,
I mean all that shit adds up, man.
It's still cheaper than my Verizon Fios bill. I'm sorry, that was like $300 something I was paying.
Yeah, we don't need to go down those talks.
Yeah, no jokes.
Your Honorable Matt Homer, what is going on in the gaming world with all the litigation these days? I don't want to read the laundry list of lawsuits that are going on, but I see Sony is being sued for drift with the Dualsense. It's the same lawyers that have the class action lawsuit for Nintendo's drift. We have people suing Cyberpunk developers. We have people suing Bethesda, class action lawsuit for DLC from Fallout 4. Google Stadia being sued. I assume we're going to talk about Anthem here in the news a little bit, but there's probably going to be a lawsuit coming for that soon. I say this with, I guess, I don't know what the right word is, but let's just say I got a check in the mail the other day for $282 because I joined some sort of class action lawsuit against ADT, right?
And you got $280 from it.
And I was not a big fan of ADT. Like when I moved, it was a big hassle. I had to pay out of my contract. They were not nice people. So I was like, fuck yeah. Signed my name on that class action lawsuit. Yeah, a check for $282 came the other day. But what do you think of all these class action lawsuits? Is it the equivalent of like ambulance chasers?
I would. Some of it probably is. Especially with the Cyberpunk and all that, because they're seeing opportunity. They've been in the news, all that about the delays and all the issues they're having. So they're chomping at the bit to get on and see what they can sue for and what they can get. Yeah, sure. I think there's something there. The Bethesda, just again, with Anthem. I know you want to talk about Anthem later in the news, but Anthem, you bought that Legion's version or whatever, which I finally looked up there. I bought that version, which was supposed to come up with all this DLC and all the shit, which I never got, obviously. So it's like, where's my money back or something? That's not going to happen unless I sue, probably. But
yeah, the Fallout 4 one is so bizarre to me because the guy is suing because he said that he was under the assumption that I guess the season pass that he bought said DLC for life, like anything that gets released of Fallout 4, he should be entitled to. And then they came out with this creators content type stuff, which was like not really mods; it was content that acted like mods that Bethesda created, and so he's suing for that. And the guy with the Dualsense is suing. He bought the controller on February 5, and later on the day on February 5, he experienced drift and Rogue Company, and now he wants, emotional relief, declaratory relief money, financial compensation for this, that, and the other thing. I think at some point these studios and developers are going to be like, you know what, enough's enough,
I believe you should get back. You should get back what you if he had the drift problem.
He should just take it right back to the store same day.
They can give him a new controller, or he can get his money back for the controller or something. That's about it. All that emotional stuff, man, get out of here.
Well, I mean, I think at that point Sony says, well, you bought it from Target or whoever you bought it from, just go to that fucking store and return it.
Yeah.
Well, eventually it goes back to Sony, right? Because Target didn't make it. So Target's going to go to Sony and say, okay, we're returning this. Give us the money back that we paid for this.
Yeah.
They had to pay him. So
let Target figure that out, you know. But I mean, it's
Right.
not like in the guy who's suing. It's not like he had it for like 2 months or past a warranty time, and now he's got drift. He had it like less than 24 fucking hours. Who sues a company for a product that's broken in less than 24 hours? You go back to the place you bought it from and get a new one.
yeah, unless it happened over and over again, you know. Yeah, unless it's happening over and over again. Yeah, I mean, you take it back. Like, hey, something's defective here. They say, okay. They give you another one. There you go. And if that one starts doing it, then God damn it, you know, something's wrong here.
Some people like to complain,
and
some people like to complain, bro.
Yeah, reading the complaint, it sounded like he was pissed that he probably paid more than the value of the PS5, and it said if he knew that there was going to be issues with the controller, he would have paid less for the PS5. Well, the only way you're paying less for a PS5 right now is if you're buying it at the cost that everybody's selling it for. You know, otherwise, if he's paying anything over the what is it, $4.99, then he's gone to eBay or some other route.
And then that's the risk you take. So,
yeah. All right.
Well,
I don't know. Yeah. I don't understand what's going on with all the lawsuits. I think it's a bad law. It just makes it, you know, some of these develop. I mean, I know they got more money, and I know there's corporate greed, and so a big part of me is like, fuck it. They walk into these shitstorms, and you know they got to fucking deal with it. But also part of me is like, some people just got to fucking so litigious about anything, you know. They just want to sue.
Well, I mean, there's some legitimate shit out there for some of the stuff, but there's a lot of just frivolous bullcrap that makes it all look bad.
Yeah. I
mean, Mike, if you was having issues, you would want yourself to be made whole, right? If you had issues with something.
I mean, sure. I went to the normal route, like Nintendo had like a return thing. I sent them in, and they got me new ones, and I've been good. You know, that's
right.
I'm not calling up fucking lawyer such and such. I think in the article was like ex Gamma lawyer or something like that. I'm not calling up the lawyer to be made whole. I don't want to. Here's my general rule of thumb in life. I don't want to fucking ever talk to lawyers. I don't want to be around them. I don't want to be near them. I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to deal with them. The less I can deal with lawyers, the better in my life.
That's true.
You know, even if that means I got to throw a fucking hunk of plastic in the garbage can and go buy a new one. You know, I really don't want to. I'm not going to fucking. Hey, let me call up, X Gamma. Anyways, we have a question from Bibs here. This is like the financial intro. Question for the show. With housing rates going through the roof and homes being less and less affordable, would you rather rent and live in an apartment or buy yourself a decent park model trailer and live in a park? There's some pretty sweet custom trailers out there for $130. Whoa, someone cut me off. Who was that?
It was Chase.
For $135K. So I guess the cost of housing right now in some parts of Canada is $350,000 to $500,000 to buy a home. So would you rather? Again, the question is: would you rather rent and live in an apartment, or buy yourself a decent park model trailer and live in a park? Well, if those are my only two options, I'd say rent and live in an apartment. I don't want to do anything about living in a trailer with.
Oh my, yeah. I would say you would.
2 dogs.
You would not last 24 hours in a fucking trailer.
No, well, that's what it depends on the situation. If it's just chasing somebody else, and that's it. Because you got to go with the equity. I'm thinking because he can always sell that trailer. You know what I mean? When it's time for him to really go buy his house. But if you are like Mike and you got kids and all that stuff, apartment would be best suited for you.
No.
I would think a condo. I would be more inclined to look at the condo situation and do that. Because you can get equity out of that also.
Yeah, that's true too.
Bibb says, "Pay off the trailer and buy some land." Well, you got to assume, Bibb, so not everybody's like out there like breaking ground and building shit. Not everybody's
right.
That can build planes and also build a house at the same time.
Right. And not a lot of people have the time to do all that. Sometimes you just got to get in a place like an apartment and.
That's why they have people called contractors and builders that go out and do this stuff for you. You just pay them to do it.
Well, if you can afford to pay them, then you don't live in a trailer. Then you fucking take that money and
that's the thing.
Buy a starter house.
Hey, Canada is kind of expensive, huh, compared to us, right?
I mean, 350 to 500,000 is about.
That's about average, right?
That's about average for around here. Yeah. Yeah,
around here too. I don't know, because I know Sean, we talked to Sean when we see him at PAX and stuff, they'd be like, a game costs $60 here, costs like $90 there. So I don't know if they make more money there. I don't know. I would if I was him, I would move. Maybe come south a little bit.
Move to Ohio. If Matt says
move to Ohio.
Exactly.
Houses are very reasonable in Ohio. Don't be
alarmed. They are.
Don't be alarmed the next morning when you wake up and go, "Oh fuck, I'm in Ohio." Just look at the price of your house and go, "I got a cheap house."
Exactly. And all the money you got left over, that you can just fucking make it rain on shit and stuff, man.
And it's funny because I think my house is fairly inexpensive, but because that's just the way it is to be here, because most houses are like 500 some thousand. That's just what it is.
It's a very tough time to be a young adult, and then you got to buy a house. A lot of people have school debt, college debt, and then also try to buy a house at the same time.
Yeah, man.
It's scary.
But I don't know. Around here, though, apartments are going for $1,200-$1,500 a month, and you can buy a hell of a goddamn house for that type of money. If you want to spend that much on a month for an apartment that you're not going to get anything in return for after you leave.
But you don't have anything to put down, Matt. Is probably the problem. Yeah, I can afford the $1,200 or $1,500 a month, but I don't have the money to put down to buy a house.
There's programs out there to help you with that.
Oh, sure there is.
There's first-time buyer shit, all this other stuff where you don't have to have.
There's a lot of programs you can do.
Yeah, there's all types of stuff out there for that.
We, the route we went, and we bought a condo around 1999. And when I say a condo, you think of like this high-rise structure and everything's a condo. No, it was a 3-family house, and our unit was in the back, 2 floors. And it was a condo. Everybody owned their own unit in the house. That's how we started out, and then we sold that, and we bought our last house, lived there for 15, 18 years, sold that, and then moved here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd rather, back in the day, they changed the tax laws, and I used to be able to write off your mortgage and everything like that. Now we get the big standard deductions, so you can't do that anymore. But even still, though, a house, you have something invested in it where you can make money off of it, sell it, and you're getting something in return. Whereas an apartment,
just throwing money away.
You're not getting anything in return for that. No. Now, granted, now with an apartment, you're not paying for yard work. If something goes wrong, the landlord's got to take care of fixing it, stuff like that. But still, that's just money every month. You're just pissing away. Really.
Yeah, and I don't want to deal with the landlord because shit won't be fixed to your standard. Shit will be fixed at his standard. His
he gonna go the cheap route.
Yeah, his budget, his time, And if you rent a house around here, you don't get to park in the driveway. You got to park in the street. You get big storms in the winter. Where the hell you parking your car? You got to go find, parking in a parking lot somewhere, and they charge you highway robbery for the parking. Then you got to take public transportation everywhere. So I don't know. I never rented. Well, and I take that back. I rented a house. When I was playing in my band, and I did that for a couple months, and I was like, I'm always on tour. I'm either in Europe or I'm doing somewhere else. Why am I paying for this? Got done with that, moved my shit back to my parents' house, and then shortly after that I met my wife. My shit was still at my parents' house, but I was always at my wife's apartment, and so I don't have too much rental experience. But God. Dealing with landlords and lawyers. Everything that starts with L. Funny, my wife's name starts with L too, though.
Yeah, interesting.
So, what are you guys? So, you gonna live in a trailer park or rent? Those are your 2 options. Just starting out, Matt, in life. You can't afford a house. Are you renting or you putting down? You buying that jet stream?
I would starting out. I'm going to get me a roommate and live in an apartment for a while. Try and save up whatever money I can to buy a house.
Yeah, if I'm just starting out, I'm gonna live in an apartment also.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there are some nice trailer parks around, but trailer park is not someplace because no. First thing comes to mind when I hear trailer park is hillbilly.
You know, my
hillbilly,
in-laws,
white trash.
My in-laws lived in a trailer park in California, in Santee, California, which is near San Diego. And these weren't trailers like you could just get up and like start driving around. You know, these are
the mobile home park,
double wides. You know, you'd have to have some big fucking unit come in and move you. I don't even know if those things should be moved.
No, they don't move those. Once they're in there, they don't move them. But you sell those. You can buy and sell those, though.
Yeah, that's what they did. They bought and sold it. But, you know, it was like an over 55 joint. You know, you're right on top of someone, you know.
I mean, it could be something different. If it's like a controlled community where it's like clean, you know, and that, something different. But
you're paying your monthly dues on that shit, too, though. And that shit goes up. It's all
water and all that.
It's all political, you know, raising the rates, not raising the rates, who gets their rates raised, you know, blah blah blah.
And those homes are about as thin as, you know, about like this. So when you're in there bumping uglies, you're trying to watch TV and fucking Hilda and Tommy next door are having happy fun time. You're going to be hearing that shit over your fucking TV, man.
Well, that's why you go to. That's why you go to the over 55 joint, take your hearing aid out, and then you don't hear shit.
You gotta worry about.
You just see the wall on the other going.
Just see it way. Just if it's a rocking, don't come in knocking.
Oh no.
All right. Well, thanks for the question, Bibbs. As always, anybody else has questions they want us to kick around, please get at us on either Twitter or Discord or wherever. Smoke signals. Send a telegram to Matt. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
We got a guy who sits around the corner. He's just sitting there waiting for a telegram to come in so he can beep 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 beep.
When was the last time you sent a telegram, Matt? Ever?
I have sent a telegram back. Shit, it's probably about 30 years ago. 35 years ago.
Yeah.
The fuck did you send a telegram to?
We had to do it for school.
Oh, what's that?
Yeah.
We've been out here toiling the fields.
Fucking Western Union had to send a fucking telegram to some fucking school out west.
Oh, boy. Hi, this is Matt.
Stop.
Not bad. Not bad.
This is good.
All right, let's get to the news, shall we?
Ooh.
Really? Okay, do you hear what he just said? He just said, why don't you, for once in your life, just do the fucking news? All right, no. I'm going to do the fucking news. No, here is the fucking news.
All right, Matt, you can hold off on going back to Cyberpunk anytime soon. The patch has been delayed till end of March, and I'll tell you why. They were hacked
because they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Well, that could be part of it. They were hacked. We all know about that recently, and I guess the hack was so bad that the hackers locked a good percentage of the developers out of their laptops or computers that they brought home. They try to log in the next day, and they were denied service. They couldn't get in. And in some cases, people were given 2 weeks mandatory vacation. But unfortunately, during that vacation, their employer, CD Projekt Red, also had told them that maybe your personal information has been leaked. So their funds could have been on hold. Like, hey, imagine your employer saying, Matt, your personal information might have got leaked. The first thing you do is you call up your bank. Your debit card gets paused. They issue you a new one, blah, blah, blah. So all those people that were thinking, oh, great, I got 2 weeks to maybe do something. Maybe not, because their funds or assets, whatever, were in limbo there for a little bit. But anyways, as far as Cyberpunk, the new update, the last one came out January 22nd, So this one is supposed to be a whole 2 months now, probably, before the next one comes out. And it's still, by the way, still not on the PlayStation Store. Blows my mind that the game is still not on the PlayStation Store. Nowhere to be found.
And this is not the high resolution upgrade for the next gen or anything like. Neither is it.
No, it is not.
Yeah, fuck this game.
You gonna have a lawsuit?
I'll be part of that goddamn multinational lawsuit.
It says, while we dearly wanted to deliver patch 1.2 for Cyberpunk in the time span we detailed previously, the recent cyber attack on the studio's IT infrastructure and extensive scope of the update means this unfortunately will not happen. We'll need some additional time. Our goal for patch 1.2 goes beyond any of our previous updates. We've been working on numerous overall quality improvements and fixes, and we still have work to do to make sure that's what you get.
It's upsetting. That's upsetting. I know, Mike, I know you finished the game. You enjoyed it. I know Chase finished it, and he enjoyed it. I have not finished the game. I don't know. I just got bored with it and the fucking glitches and problems I had with it. I was like, I haven't played in probably, I don't know. I guess you can look on and see what the last time I played. I don't know. It's probably a month or so, I imagine.
But you had the same thing with The Witcher 3, right?
But The Witcher 3 though, I went and I did play. I kept playing that. I just got other shit came out, and it's not like I just stopped playing because the game was broke or because I was bored with the game. It's just other shit came out, and Witcher 3 was a very deep, fucking big-ass game. Bigger than fucking Cyberpunk, in my opinion.
It felt like it, didn't it? But supposedly Cyberpunk's bigger than it.
No.
I look forward to when I can go back to Night City and Jig Street. I'll wait for the next-gen update.
Street.
I'll wait for that next-gen update for sure.
I think that's probably when I'll start playing it again, when the next-gen update comes back out. And, it's all polished and everything, maybe, by then. If it happens.
Now
it might not even happen.
It might. Who knows? They might just say, you know what, fuck it. We're closing up
They might go the Anthem route.
Was a nice segue there, Matt. The next story we have is Anthem 2.0 canceled by EA. In the spirit of transparency and closure, we wanted to share that we've made the difficult decision to start our new development work on Anthem, a.k.a. Anthem Next. We will, however, continue to keep the Anthem live service running as it exists today. And I think these developers are not out of work. They're being moved over to the Dragon Age team at BioWare. So that, at least for them, that's somewhat good news. But I think disappointing news, right, Matt? I would say, and Eric as well, I don't know how much you played Anthem, but for me, Anthem was some of the most fun I've had in gaming as far as the underlining mechanics of flying around and shooting.
The shooting was solid in that game. I think the weapons were pretty solid. The flying was so much fun. Flying through all the air and the jumps and the superpowers and stuff they had. Yeah, very fluid.
And also, go ahead.
I played it a little bit, but I mostly listened to you guys talk about it. You guys used to play that all the time. I remember back in the day, you played that a lot. And, I'm surprised that they just said, scrap it. And I was thinking you guys would be a little upset about that because you had so much fun with it, seemed like to me.
Well, the problem that the game had, it had no end game, really, to it. Once you was done with the story, there was like, okay, well, now what do we do?
Yeah. It didn't stick the landing. It didn't know how to end the game, and I think they thought they would just figure it out, that there was enough meat on the bone that they could put it out, and then that they could come up with something, and that was very short-sighted. But yeah, the traversal, not only was it fun and fluid, but I thought it was, what's the right word? It was very easy to adapt. You know what I mean? It wasn't something you had like convoluted systems to fly around.
Yeah.
The concept, to me, the concept of the javelins and everything, that was very strong. And I'm surprised that they kind of let that fall because it's something there. You know what I mean? To me, it's something there. And they're not doing, and maybe this whole next Anthem, next or whatever will be something. But I think it's a lot to it still.
Remains to be seen. I mean, I think there's a good game there at its core.
Right.
You think they'll resurrect it and put it in some other game?
They might maybe years down the road after goddamn, I have just think the games we're working on now, Mass Effect, and the next tells the other game,
Dragon Age, which wouldn't come to
Dragon Age. But. Just I think after that maybe, but it's dead for now. I mean, it's dead. They're not going to do anything with it right now, unfortunately. And unfortunately, the game was plagued also when it came out with technical issues. It was hard. Matchmaking was always an issue. There was many bugs and glitches, load screens. Yeah, getting kicked out of a game, not be able to get into a game. Yeah, there was
and that whole
issues there.
That whole like place that you went to, like that, whatever that hub.
That.
You're running around but you walk so slow.
Mm-hmm.
It just was. Yeah. It was not a good experience in those aspects. But once you got out in the playing field and flying around and shooting, a lot of fun. But there was just wasn't enough of that. Just really wasn't enough. And no, to Shonav's point, not surprised that they canceled it. I think anytime someone like the cloud of like EA or Activision comes out and says, "Well, we're giving it a week. We'll have an answer for you in a week." Well, they've already made up their fucking mind by then. You know what I mean?
It's done. It's done.
But you would think the new hardware that just came out, all the systems and everything, would kind of revitalize that, because it shouldn't be a problem now. Like you said, with the load times and stuff like that. I'm thinking that stuff that's all fixed now. It would seem, but maybe not.
I don't know.
Anytime that game, there's a stigmatism to the brand. The game's like in the cutout bin for like 99 cents at places. It was like shoveling shit against the tide. You know what I mean? All the work they were going to do. I think Google Stadia is in the same spot right now, where there is such a negativity towards the brand, the name, that I think no matter what Stadia does, it's very much like Anthem. Like the damage has already been done.
But why leave the servers open though?
Well, I think there's probably some legalities involved. We just talked about lawsuits and stuff. I'm sure they're lawyering up right now. There's probably people out there thinking of how they can, like Matt paid for the Legionnaire pass. I'm sure there's people out there that are looking to get lawsuits going. I think if they just immediately, we're not developing the game anymore, and now we're taking it away from you, I think that would be two negatives in one press release. I think they just let it sit out there, wither on the vine, and when they're down to 5 people playing it, they'll quietly shut the server down.
Well, I mean, EA's done that before with many games where people still playing. They shut the servers down. Say, hey, these servers, I want to say one of the Battlefield games or one of the
Hardline comes to mind.
Hardline, yeah. I was going to say a Hardline or something. I think that one. I think there's another one that they shut down some shit. Kind of pissed off a few people, but
it's sad. It's unfortunate.
And I guess it brings up a point too. You buy a game. The game came out 2017,
2 years ago.
2018, 2019, whatever. So how long are they? Now, granted, Anthem's a different story, okay, because the game was fucked for the most part. But how long is these companies supposed to support a game? Like Call of Duty. How long? 10 years from now, do you still got to be paying for servers and shit for Call of Duty? Different versions of Call of Duty, or just say, what? It's fuck this. No, it's time to.
Don't a lot of times they let the assets out there and like people make it better. They go into it and do stuff to it and do fan stuff.
My experience has been the opposite of that. Usually, the longer they let those games linger out there, those Call of Duty games, the more they're just infected with hacks and people flying all over the screen and all sorts of racist and shit.
Yeah, because they stop supporting and monitoring.
Yeah.
Right.
I think. Listen, I'm not in charge, but a good rule of thumb to me is no one is no longer releasing games for that platform. All those games get shut off. So in my mind, if I was the the console holder or the developer or publisher, like I wouldn't have any servers going for 360 games anymore. Right? No one's developing 360 games anymore. Games that are still out for the Xbox One and the PS4, yeah, of course you're keeping those going because not everybody's moved over yet. So those still are going and flourishing, but like shit from 2 generations ago, that shit's got to be shut down.
Yeah, like Killzone 3. We used to play Killzone 3 all the time. You know, I mean, can you still go out and play that? Or they said, no, it's done. You can't play this anymore. You know, just like Destiny. Destiny cleaned up a lot of shit and said, we got to move forward. We got to cut off a lot of this loose shit that people aren't dealing with anymore and done with. I understand you pay for a game and you expect some time out of it. Now, granted, if they, I'm going to use Call of Duty as an example. But, Call of Duty comes out in November. And come that next March, they say, all right, we're done. It would be right for people to be pissed off. Wait a minute, it's only been a couple of months. So you fucking cut me off already? I just paid $60 for this. But 3-4 years down the road, it's like, guys, no, it's time to we're buying. You got your $60 worth. Move ahead.
Now Chase is saying in chat that COD is player peer, but there's still got to be some servers involved, right, for the matchmaking and all that crap, right? Just because it's peer hosting, there's got to be some infrastructure involved there to keep that game up and support it online, right?
True. Yeah.
Because I get what his point is. Like, me and you go play a game, it's going to be hosted on someone's console, and that you're not renting servers. There's no dedicated servers on consoles for COD games. But there's got to be some sort of infrastructure that's propping that up that they have to do some sort of maintenance on to keep that going, no?
Yes.
There's some back-end stuff going on. There's got to be. Yeah. Otherwise, you hit every year when Call of Duty comes out. The first day it's like hard to get into a match because it's being overloaded with shit. That's not because it's player to player.
I guess it goes down when it's making no more money, right? I mean,
when the player base is so far low that it costs more money to keep the lights on.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's lawyers behind that as well. Like, no, we open ourselves for litigation if we close it down within a certain amount of time. Whatever all that fine print is that we don't read in those privacy statements and all that other shit. I'm sure there's something in there, that covers their ass.
Yeah.
Well, anymore, especially with the digital games, you're buying a license to use that game. Okay, you're not buying the game. You're buying a license to use that game. So they can fucking decide that, you know what? This game's fucked up. You can't play anymore. Sorry. And you fucking terms of agreement, whatever, terms of service, and you're out.
Sit and spin, as they would say.
Sit and spin.
All right. Finally, we're getting some information, fellas, on Sony and their PlayStation 5 storage expansion. So
good.
The ridiculous here with the PS5, you only get 667 gigabytes of available storage compared to the Xbox Series X, which has a little over 200 more gigabytes at 885. But according to Bloomberg, anonymous sources, Sony's upcoming update will enable the PS5's expansion bay, allowing players to install a second M.2 SSD to the console. If you remove the detachable fins covering the PS5, you'll notice the internal slot meant to house an additional drive. The slot has been disabled since launch, with Sony promising last November that external storage support would come in a future update. This update that is supposed to come out in the summer will also unlock faster cooling fan speeds to prevent the system from overheating. The sources point to this summer as to when Sony will announce the update, while the company has yet to provide a list of compatible drives approved for the PS5. So a couple things to unpack there. There's drives already out there. There's already M.2.SSD drives out there. So I imagine Sony is testing those to see if those work, if they're fast enough, if they're not fast enough, if they cause problems with games. That's one thing. Other people are saying that they know someone needs to come out and release M.2 SSD that's faster to really take advantage of the PS5 system. That, if we get these other ones, yeah, it might help with storage, but it might not really do much for your games.
Now, the PS5, they didn't make it easy as the PS4 or PS3 to put a new hard drive in, correct?
I think it's easier.
Did they? Okay.
You just got to remove one of the sides, and then there's a bay that you open unscrew it, and then you pop in the.
Yeah, it's not hard at all.
Okay, cool.
Now I have one of these drives in my basket on Amazon right now, and I've been doing a little research on these NVE drives and everything like that.
Yeah.
And Western Digital makes one. It's called the Black Drive, and they say it's supposed to be compatible, but like you said, Sony's not saying as of yet. But I know when these things, when they say these are compatible, the price is going to skyrocket, and people are going to sell them out, and they're not going to have them. So I got one in my thing right now. It's a 2 terabit. And it's $369, bro.
Well, I got one in my basket, a Samsung 980 Pro 1 terabyte, $229.26.
So I'm just waiting to push the button here. I think I'm going to push the button early because I don't want to be waiting for it. When they all going to be sold out everywhere. I know I'm sure that's going to happen.
Oh yeah, because people will be assholes too. There'll be the people that will want them and need them, like you and me. But then there'll be the people that want to make a buck off them and raise the prices and gouge them.
I mean, the prices are already high enough. That's a ridiculous amount of money for.
Right. Well, I think the Samsung one I have in my cart, the 980 Pro 1 terabyte, is like the equivalent of the price of the expansion card for the Xbox, like $229.
Right.
And that expansion card is what, 1 terabyte or 2 terabytes? I can't remember. Is it 2?
I think it's 1. Is it a 2?
1? I don't know. Someone look that up.
I
want to say it was 2. Xbox Series X expansion card is 1 terabyte. Yeah, so that's compatible. That's compatible. 1 terabyte for the card, 1 terabyte for the SSD. They're selling the card right now for $219.99. What did I say the SSD was? $229.
Yeah, same difference, really.
Yeah. So if they could start manufacturing these things a lot more, I think Sony's idea of not going a proprietary route like Microsoft was in hopes that there'd be a lot of options out there, and all the options would drive the cost down. But
that proprietary word it's going to go up in price. But I'm going with the 2 terabit one because I don't want to have to fool with it anymore. And I know it's going to cost like $400. I'm just going to bite the bullet on it. So I'm just like whatever.
You'll have to send the link to us. So I can look at it, gaze upon it.
Gaze upon it.
Yeah, the 1 terabyte 980J is the same, $230 on Best Buy, $229 on Amazon. Yep.
It's ridiculous, but I mean, it's almost something that you have to do because the PS5, you can't put. I got like maybe 4 games on this joint, man. I'm like, oh my goodness, it's already full, man.
How much more do you think these systems would have been, guys, if they released with bigger hard drives? And now I know these aren't just regular hard drives like regular Western hard drives, right? These are SSDs, right? How much more would the cost of the console been if they released it with more?
Probably about $300 or $400 more, and that would take them up to what, $900, bro? Come on.
You sort of get what you ask for, right? You want all these high fidelity games. You want faster loading times. It comes at a premium, right? And Sony says they're already selling these things at a loss.
I mean, eventually, they're going to be $100. Maybe 2 years down the road. We all know that, but can't wait 2 years, bro. and be shifting games and erasing games and putting them here. Man, you can't do all that.
No, and it's not very fast on the PlayStation either compared to the Xbox.
Right.
Like you want to move games between the external to the SSD, it's not fast. On the Xbox, it is extremely fast, but on the PS5, it is not.
Yeah,
I like that feature though. Like, say if you go into the store and you're downloading a PS4 game, let's say you're getting something off of off of Game Plus or whatever for the month or whatever.
Yep.
You can switch on in your settings where to automatically download to either, like if you have a hard drive, just a regular hard drive.
Yep.
PS4 games will go straight to there, and PS5 games will go straight to the SSD or whatever. So I think that's pretty cool.
It is. Yep.
It knows where to put them.
I'll tell you where to put them, Eric.
oh no.
All right, so here's some more Eric news for you. A new PSVR headset.
Yes.
All right.
I'm so happy, bro. Yes.
Sony is working on a next-generation VR headset for the PS5. The headset won't launch this year, but Sony is announcing early plans to make it available on the PS5 at some point in the future. Sony's new VR headset will include an improved field of view, resolution, and even a single cord to make it easier. From Sony, we're taking what we've learned since launching PSVR and PS4 to develop a next-gen VR system that enhances everything from resolution and field of view to tracking and input. Sony's head of PlayStation platform and planning said it will connect to the PS5 with a single cord to simplify setup and improve ease of use while enabling a high-fidelity visual experience. So that's what that USB-C input is on the front of the PlayStation 5, right, Eric?
Yes. So I'm thinking, this is what I'm surmising, man. Because see, when they announced it changed the game. It changed the game as far as VR goes. And I'm sure during whatever E3, whatever they put together, they're going to show this thing. This is just what I think. They're going to show this thing. And if they're smart, they're going to do something like, I mean, this is going to kill the game. If they put Half-Life Alyx on the PlayStation 5, it's game over, bro. It is totally game over. And Microsoft might as well pack it up, man. They just might as well pack it up and go home. I'm trying to tell you. If they can pull something like that off.
Strong, Matt.
He is, man.
He's telling your black phallic Xbox over there is going to be a doorstop.
It's going to be a dud, bro. If they do that, because you think they're doing the one wire thing, right? Which is because I thought everybody was trying to go cordless, with the
right.
with the the cameras and everything on it, where you go cordless, but they're trying to do more of a PC type thing. I'm thinking, and I think the system is going to be strong. I think it's going to have 4K resolutions and all that type of stuff, right?
One cable,
and they
man.
announced it. It's going to change the game, man. It's going to change the game.
One cable. I can just picture a lot of PS5s that are standing up straight, getting knocked over. Someone fucking walking around, and fucking. There better be a long ass cable. I picture a lot of standing up PS5s are going to go. Whoop, boom,
boom. I think it's going to be one cable, but I also think it's going to be wireless. Also, I think it's going to be both, just like you would do with a Quest 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be both. It's going to be a better experience when you add the PlayStation 5, but I think you're going to be able to use it wirelessly too. That's what I think.
Well, it's exciting. It's finally about time we got some PlayStation news. Last couple of weeks, there hasn't really been much to chew on. And here in back-to-back stories, we got the expansion slot coming supposedly by the summer, and then a new VR. It's good. It's just good to hear that they haven't forgot about it. They're not going to let it, fizzle out like the Vita or the PSP. That a new thing is coming. So,
because I was worried. I was worried they was going to go that route, man. But because the VR is very good, even the regular PlayStation VR is very good. They got something on their hands. And I think they're going to take it to the next level because the Oculus Quest is killing the game right now. So they're seeing that. So.
What can you get for price-wise for the first Quest? I'm thinking of jumping back into the Quest, but you know how it is, Eric. You can't jump back into old tech. You got to have the new tech, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say stand by, Mike, because I don't know if you got it in the outline because I can't see the outline. The Oculus Quest 2 Pro is about to hit.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so you could probably get because a regular Oculus Quest 2 is $199 right now. You could probably get the original for like $100.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have the first one. I have the original. I'm wondering if I sell that and then get the newer one. You know.
Yeah, the newer one is it's the best headset out right now, as far as standalone, and if you're using it with a PC, it's the best headset out right now. $199. You could probably find one for $150 somewhere.
Something to think about.
Mike, from what the kids tell me, Eric is spitting right now.
Yeah,
I'm
from what the kids tell me.
Hey, Matt, doesn't your kid have a headset? Which somebody?
Yeah, Noah's got the headset. Yeah, for the Pro. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
He hasn't used it in a while.
Well, he's going to have to keep it then if he's getting the PS5, but you can't use the headset. Can you use the headset right now on the PS5?
Yes,
you can.
Yes, you can. But the only thing is, you can't. I don't know why, but you can't use the new camera. You have to use the old camera. And you have to use a PlayStation 4 controller because the new camera doesn't detect. If you look at the new controllers, they don't have that light bar on them where it detects, the camera doesn't detect it. So you have to use an old PS4 controller.
Then you got to.
But yeah, I play VR. I play VR on the PlayStation 5.
You got to run into that mess, I bet, Eric, when the new one comes out. Did the old games work on it? You know, just for the reasons you just mentioned. Is it like this new one is out and you only can use the new games that are made for it?
I think they're going to make it compatible.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Well, they had a state of play this week, Eric. Bunch of games. No real heavy hitters in there. You know, no God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, the sequel. There was some good stuff in there I mean, the Final Fantasy VII Remake is getting an update for the PlayStation 5. Also, it's the PS Plus game of the month starting Tuesday. You can get it free, right? And I think you.
Let me tell you my dilemma with that. Okay, It's great. It looks great on the PS4. Okay, so I have a hard drive connected to my PlayStation 5, just a regular Western Digital 5 terabit hard drive, right? So I have all my PS4 games on that hard drive. Now, if I bump up that PlayStation, the Final Fantasy remake, I won't be able to play it, correct? From that hard drive, correct?
Right. It's going to... Well, that's the interesting thing. It depends if they call it... If it gets switched to the... Put it this way. I can play God of War off the external. And God of War supposedly got a next-gen upgrade. But it doesn't list it as a PS5 game. It still says PS4. You know what I mean?
So basically you're saying the upgrade attaches to the PS4 version, but the PS5 just pushes it, right? Is that what you're saying?
That's the way it feels like to me. It still has it under greatest hits. It does not label the game as PS5, so it's a PS4 game with the next gen upgrade. So to me, I still have it on the external, I believe.
Okay. I was wondering about that. I was wondering, can this upgrade be? Is it a 4 or does it turn it to a 5? Like in Madden, I downloaded the Madden off the PS5 store.
Right, because that has a PS5 SKU. Where God of War, it's just an update. They're not. You can't go to the store right now and say, "Sell me the PS5 game of God of War." There is no PS5 game. Okay. It just got an update. Okay. Where Madden has a PS5 SKU.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Some other shit that looked cool. Sifu. Did you see that? That was like that martial arts movie-inspired brawler. Very stylish looking. In the hallway fighting. It was a different take. That
it looked like more of a double dragon type, but for now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Of course, Crash Bandicoot coming to PlayStation 5 on March 12th. Housemarque's game Returnal looked really cool. Getting more info on that.
Great.
This dodgeball game, Matt, is getting a lot of publicity. It's on multiple systems. Knockout City
I think it could be something fun to play.
Yeah. It's got that cross between, cutesy like Fortnite Fallout style artwork. See what happens. I mean, the one that looked the best to me, Eric, I thought was the Kenna. Is that how you pronounce it?
Kenna's Bridge of Spirits or something.
Yeah, that looks fucking hot, right?
That's all day right there. That's day one for me, man.
August 24th. And then Deathloop, it's a PS5 exclusive, even though it's Bethesda. That looks, very interesting as well. I'm not sure how much I'll enjoy it. I'll have to try it out, but it looks fucking polished and slick.
Vibes.
Yeah.
Gave me some Overwatch vibes a little bit, yep.
And Oddworld Soulstorm, you're going to get that free PS Plus game.
All over that. When does that come out?
April 6th.
All over it, bro.
They're giving you a lot of shit. I mean, there's so many news stories this week. We don't have the PlayStation Plus games in the news this week. But like I said, Final Fantasy VII Remake is in PS Plus this month. Also, man,
that's a big one.
Now, March 1st through, I think, like 2 months, they're going to give you Ratchet & Clank for free as part of their stay-at-home pay at pay or whatever it's called. They're giving you Ratchet & Clank, though, for free. Which, Eric and Vic.
They're priming you up for that new Ratchet & Clank. They're getting ready for it.
Yep. And now we just talked about Oddworld. The new version of that's going to be free in April.
Can't wait, bro.
Got some heavy hitters on there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
When's Microsoft going to do a state of play or whatever?
I looked at part of the reason I don't have the free games of the month on the news this week is I looked at Microsoft. I didn't recognize one goddamn title. I didn't know what the hell that was.
Yeah, it was a bunch of crap.
Let's see here. Last news story, Matt. People are not happy with Destiny 2.
Huh? I think... Okay, I'll let you continue.
Okay, Bungie is addressing major Destiny 2 player complaints with massive changes on the horizon.
Okay, so you're talking about the state of Destiny right now.
Right, so they're going to...
I agree. People are not happy.
Yeah, there's a bunch of things that they're going to do. I guess in Season 15, we're on Season 13 now, so not Season 14, but Season 15 is going to introduce the long-awaited cross-play. So so we can play on multiple systems, right?
Yep.
They already have cross-save, but now cross-play will be coming. Season 15, how many weeks is usually a season? 10 weeks? 12 weeks?
Yeah, 10 weeks. It's going to be probably late summer, fall,
early fall.
Season 15. Yeah.
For crossplay, okay. They're no longer going to sunset weapons and armor by making older items obsolete. The Vault of Glass, Destiny's very first raid, is coming back as part of Destiny's Content Vault in Season 14 this summer. They're planning an overhaul of the ultra-competitive Trials of Osiris game to improve matchmaking, rebuild the incentive structure.
Need to.
They've outlined major changes to how darkness-based stasis subclass functions in both PvE and PvP.
Absolutely need to do that, especially in PvP.
So bringing the older subclasses up to par. And the game will no longer force players to grind out 50 power level points every season. Instead, will introduce minor season expansions with just a 10 power level jump, which supposedly will make it easier for players to sink back into the game at the start of new seasons.
I'm not sure if I agree with that one.
Yeah?
I think they're trying to get... You're doing like what World of Warcraft did with the leveling up in that. They're trying to make it less of a issue, but I'm not sure if I agree with that one. Matt, taking that down.
Matt, you play it a lot. What is the problem? Why are people so upset? What's going on? What's the problem with it?
Well, I think everything, like Mike said there, the stasis is a big one. PvP is, even though I still play it because I have to, because some of the stuff I've done in Destiny, stasis has ruined PvP, freezing you and stuff like that. There should be no place in PvP where you're frozen and you can't move and do something. cheating, especially on PC, is huge right now. Lots of people cheating, hacking the game and stuff is a big issue. I think, and they're trying to fix it. Like every season, they get the fear of missing out, where as weeks go by, you only get a certain time frame to do something. Well, this season, they're trying to help that a little bit, whereas there's no like expiration date on some of this stuff. You can keep working on it. You don't have to like rush in and do it right away. But there is that. There's the just some I know some people don't like the grinding. I don't mind the grinding too much.
Oh, different type of.
I think they've improved a lot this season, but I think there's still a lot of stuff that they can do better for people and that for the casual. I say I bitch about one thing, but then I say the casual player, they can do a lot more. Also, I think.
Mm-hmm. The Witch Queen, the next major expansion, also has been delayed to early 2022.
Yeah, I think that was supposed to come out this coming fall. I'm not sure if that's correct or not, but I thought it was supposed to come out this fall. But yeah, so that'll come out probably February, March of next year.
And there's probably no chance of a Destiny 3 anytime soon, right? They have a long-term commitment to this current game. That was part of shrinking the game down and getting rid of some of that other bloat that people had plenty of ample time to play. That they've.
Yeah, I think eventually, there won't be a Destiny 3. They're going to do like the big expansion packs, like the Shadowkeep, the last one they just did, Forsaken, all that stuff, and I think that eventually it's just going to become Destiny. Mm-hmm. Like World of Warcraft. You got World of Warcraft, then you get the expansion packs that go here. I think they kind of fucked up with the whole Destiny 2 thing, and I know they pissed a lot of people off back when they did that. But I think
part of that could be Activision.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I think eventually the 2 will be dropped. It'll just be called Destiny, and you'll just be paying every year for the expansion packs or whenever they come out.
They still support the original Destiny, though, right? So that would be interesting.
They do. They do still support the original Destiny. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's still a big player base out there for that too, I believe.
Okay. Maniac wants to know, Matt, have you done a raid yet? If so, thoughts?
I have not done a raid yet. I am scared to do one. I would like to do one sometime. I know the new clans always asking for people to do raids and shit with them, but I've talked to them a couple times. Like, I've never done one before.
Be gentle with me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Plenty of loot.
Bring the Vaseline. Bring the Vaseline. And a couple of them said, they'd be like a Sherpa to kind of help me run through it and that. But apparently, I guess they can go through a raid within like an hour and a half or something now. So,
yeah, they'll bring.
I would love to do one. I've never done one. I'd love to do one. I've done strikes with randoms. The new battlegrounds they have this season is all you can do with randoms. I'm enjoying those. It's fun stuff.
Excellent. Well, let's get into what we've been playing, gentlemen. That's enough news for this week. Like I said, there was some stuff there was so much news this week. I couldn't fit it all in. I wanted to get into Stadia more. I think that's. I predicted that Stadia would be done by 2023. The news that I read this week on the millions, the tens and 20 millions of dollars they spent to bring Red Dead over and Ubisoft games and the mismanagement. It seems like every day a new article comes out showing how poorly that service has been run. That I might change my prediction, Matt, that they don't get out of this year.
Do you think so?
I agree with that.
I think Google might just say, you know what, we're going to stop the bad publicity. We're not going to be a meme. You're not going to poke fun at us anymore. And they're just going to be like, we're not going to offer this to the public anymore, and we're just going to offer it to developers or publishers and console makers that want to use our service. I don't know. I could totally be wrong, but boy, they are the whipping boy right now in a big way in a lot of articles. And I don't know how that Phil Harrison guy keeps getting jobs. Who the fuck does he have fucking dirt on that people keep giving him these high jobs? Because all he does is run shit into the ground.
Yep, everything he touches turns to shit.
Yeah. And I don't like picking on people and blasting people and putting them on blast, but goddamn that guy. The fuck. All right, Eric, you were not on last week.
Correct.
What have you been playing?
I've been playing a little bit. I've been playing a little bit of stuff. One game that I downloaded, guys, that I thought was freaking-tastic. This whole Little Nightmares 2, man. I don't know if y'all play Little Nightmares.
Oh yeah,
man. Little Nightmares 2 is it's just a fun game, man. And it's I played on the PS5, and it looks amazing. The graphics on it are amazing. And I'm not going to say it's a scary game. It has like little. So it's supposed to be jump scares and stuff like that, but it's really good. It's in the vein of those what's the name of that game, that black and white game they used to play?
Limbo?
Yeah, it's like Limbo, but it's, man, the graphics are just outstanding, man. The game is really sharp, and I dig it, man. So if you can get your hands on Little Nightmares 2, I don't think you have to play Little Nightmares 1 to jump into it. I played 1, but you don't have to. It stands on its own. It's really good though.
Getting back to Stadia, I think isn't that free on Stadia right now?
Is it?
I think it is, because Bibbs played it and he says he doesn't like it. I mean, that's fine. Everybody can have different opinions. Not everybody has to like the same game, but I think that's free on with Stadia Pro. Yeah.
Yeah. If you can download it, I suggest playing it because it's really good, man.
Okay.
And I also played, what's this game that everybody's playing right now? And I thought of you guys. It's like a freaking, what is it? What's the name of it?
Give us a description.
Outriders.
Oh yes, let's get into Outriders.
Yeah, let's get into Outriders.
Where were you playing?
That feels like freaking Gears of War and Destiny and something else.
I even got some Anthem out of that.
Yeah, I'm playing it on the Xbox because Mike, I know we was in our chat on Twitter, and you were saying that you was having problems with it on the PlayStation. I don't know why I downloaded it on the Xbox Series X, but that's what I did. I had no problems, man. It was freaking-tastic.
So what did you? So I want to hear from both of you guys. What did you guys think? The prologue and then getting into the game.
It was a little long-winded.
Yeah, it was a little lengthy.
And they make you go through the training. It reminded me a lot heavy of Gears of War doing all that.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it was okay. It was light on the character creation, but I thought it was all right. What you think, Matt?
I kind of agree with you. I think the prologue was a little lengthy, kind of long-winded. The character creation, I hope they kind of expand on that a little bit in the future, maybe. But
you can,
it's okay. It's okay if they don't.
At the base, you can always go back and edit your character. So that seems like it's not something. It's already baked into the game that you can edit the guy. So yeah, like if they have updates for that, you can.
Yeah, I'm like more choices.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they bring out more choices, you'll be able to. They already have like a place that you can go and do that. So that'll be good.
Yeah.
Now this is a multiplayer game because I played it. I guess single player. I guess I didn't have anybody to roll with. So how many people can you play multiplayer with it?
I want to say 3. The cover shows 3 people.
Okay.
I know me and Chase played a little bit multiplayer. I mean, don't hold me to 3, but I'm guessing 3 because of what the screen shows. But maybe Chase or Bibbs out there who were, I know Bibbs really wanted to play this as a night where, because he's on Stadia and it's going to have crossplay with that. But my guess is 3, but maybe it could be 4. Show Enough says 3.
Show Enough said 3. And Show Enough also said the dialogue is cringe. Yeah, there was a lot of dialogue in there. It's like, ugh. It's kind of, ugh. It's just really, really cheesy.
The game, it throws you such a curveball, though, because you think it's going to be serious, and then all of a sudden people are getting killed. Like, you're like, I was just talking to that dude, and the motherfucker's dead now. It's like,
don't get attached to anybody in this game. don't make any attachments that you could all of a sudden. Just like, holy shit, he's dead.
Yeah.
And then, wait, he's dead now.
Gave me some Borderlands vibes too, a little bit. It's a lot of different things, man. I don't know if that's good or bad because there's not one thing that you can nail it down to. But I kind of enjoyed it though, from what I played so far.
I enjoyed it for the most part. I think it's a little clunky at times. The cover and that getting in and out of cover is a little clunky. The shooting seems pretty solid in it for the most part. I think
a little loose here and there.
A little loose, yeah. I think that the enemies are spongy, a little spongy for my liking. I don't know if you guys get that feeling.
Let's talk about what class did you go with, Matt?
I went with the guy that does the fire, Techromancer.
Okay. Yeah, I went with him too.
Pyromancer?
Pyromancer,
yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, Pyromancer.
Yeah. I went with what they call me, the Devastator. Yes.
That's what Lynn says every night. It says, "Oh God, here comes the Devastator."
Bring that Devastator to the bedroom, please.
Yeah.
I came. Well, I want to hear. I don't want to take up the whole segment here. I want to hear more, Matt. You guys, what you thought. Does this game have legs? You think? I thought that the prologue was a bad look. It's very cheesy, dated. But I think the game, once you get past all that, there's something there. Do you guys feel like this thing is going to be dead in the water, dead on arrival, or do you think it could have some legs?
I think there are some legs there because once I got past that first hour and a half, kind of going through shit.
When they establish the base and then 30-some years go by or something like that,
right?
And then he wakes up out of stasis and old girl is old now, and that's.
Well, even that, cool. Even after that, I'm talking about, even that was like, oh, come on, let's get on with the goddamn game. I'm at the point, I guess, I'm at the, like Mike said, it's like the Anthem. It's like you're at the home base type of thing there. You can go and you can buy shit. You got your stash, which you can't use in the demo. You can change your looks somewhat in that. So I've done a couple of things after that, and I think the game's got some value to it. Really, it depends. I haven't got much loot though. Loot seems to be kind of slow coming, right? At least personally for me right now, it does seem to be. I don't know about you guys.
The highest I've gotten is blue, whatever tier that is. I haven't got anything higher than that. I haven't got any legendaries. Been peeking at people on Reddit showing all their legendaries, and they just must be going in and grinding, going in and playing with other people and shit. But
and apparently, if you buy the game, all your progress is saved and carries over to the game if you buy it. So if you get like some sweet ass legendary, you get to keep it for the game.
And then you don't have to play the prologue again. You just hit the ground running, and then if you do a new class, you don't have to do the prologue again either. You just pick up right from the base, I believe.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Let me ask you this, though. Are y'all feeling next-gen vibes on this? Or
no.
Well, that's, Eric, I fully came into poo-poo the shit out of this game. Because I played it on PS5. And let me tell you, on the PS5, this is a fucking broken-ass game. The dialogue is out of sync. The visuals don't look great.
Yes.
And I was like, what the fuck is this? I played with Chase, and he's like, no, I'm not experiencing that. So I downloaded it on the Xbox Series X, and it's like a night and day difference. Let me just show you this. Let me bring this up on the screen here. Okay, this is my Twitter post from earlier. This is what it looked like on the PS5 inside where you're doing that rescuing Jakku mission. Okay? I couldn't see one goddamn thing in front of me. I mean, what the fuck is it? It is so cloudy. Everybody noticed my name too, Odious Urungus.
Oh God, Odious Urungus.
He's a singer of Guar. Anyways, but look how cloudy that is. Look how hazy that is. Who could fucking see anything in front of them?
You can't see nothing.
It's ridiculous.
That's a PS5?
That's the PS5 default settings. Default out of the box. No adjustments have been made here. Okay. So now I have a screenshot I'm going to bring up of the Xbox Series X. Same environment, not the exact same spot in the room, but pretty fucking close. And I mean, there's a night and day difference there.
Wow.
There's a drastic difference between the two versions. Same television, same game, but on the PS5, this thing is unplayable in my opinion.
Maybe they're trying to push it too hard, like with HDR and 60 frames per second, that 4K and all that. I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, I've seen some people on Reddit say they're having issues on the PS5 on a Samsung Q9 TV, which I have. So maybe there's some compatibility issue between the game, the PS5, and a Samsung television. But I tell you, the game in an Xbox Series X on the same exact television is not having any issues at all.
Curious.
So my impression of the game has changed drastically since I played on the Xbox Series X. I mean, of course, I had the benefit, I had the hindsight of knowing all the story beats and not having to listen. I could just blast through everything. Yeah, you've already told me this on my other playthrough. And so it was much more enjoyable because I could cruise through shit, you know what I mean? And just get right into the fighting. And then I thought the enemies too looked so much better on the Xbox Series X. Like these guys that are kind of like, they look like a combination of like wrestling, One Man Gang and Vader. You know, they were like these like big guys with like sort of like, I don't know, not really a mohawk, but they had some sort of bald and something coming out of their head, and they had hatchets coming at you. They look so much more detailed on the Xbox Series X. So this is the first time I've come across that where the game has been so drastically different between the two systems. So I'm not sure, not sure what's going on.
But yeah, I'm having issues with I don't know, speed's not the right thing, but just issues with the text and stuff coming up and cutscenes just like going.
Stopping.
Yeah, just going real wonky, and all of a sudden there's text there, and it's moving on to the next thing where it's like being processed too fast.
I see that in a lot of games, though, to be frank, that the systems are faster than the text they've put in there. Like, you know, the developers. Sometimes the developers are making that like a loading screen almost and giving you some content, but the systems are so fast that you're not getting the full scope of what they're trying to say. And I think it's accentuated in this game because you're right. The ins and outs are very sloppy.
Yeah, yeah. It might be worth the $60 to pick up.
Yeah, I see legs to this thing. I see legs.
I don't know.
I don't know if it's going to be.
I don't know, Mike. I don't know if you can answer this, but like between now and April 1st, right? April 1st is coming out. Yeah. What improvements might be coming out with this? Is this the alpha?
I think this is a demo, so I think what you're seeing is what you get as far as visually, conceptually, mission-wise. I don't think there's enough time for them to change anything like that. I think the only thing they can change is back-end shit like gun mechanics, matchmaking, you know, tweaking the game. I don't think you're going to see big wholesale changes story-wise, visuals. I mean, tomorrow's March 1st.
Yeah,
it'll probably have a day one patch though for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I became fully prepared to say this was like a 360 error B-level game. That's what it felt like to me when I played it on the PS5. I was like, this thing would have been a great game in 2010, but in 2021, this thing is hot garbage. And my impressions thankfully changed playing it on the Xbox. But I still think it is definitely a B-tier game. It's not a fully polished AAA experience, in my opinion. It's like that next rung down from Division, Destiny. I don't know how you guys feel about that. And I think it borrows heavily from Gears of War for sure.
I think it borrows, Gears of War. I'm getting a Division feel from it with the cover system and being able to move from cover to cover in that.
Yeah.
I think the cover system is flawed a little bit though, because you get stuck in there and you can't get out easily. You can't move around, and I'm still getting shot at pretty well while in cover.
What'd you think of your power ups?
So, like for my fire guy doing the
your bumpers.
It seems okay right now. I've got the where I could push a fire, wall of like fire to a guy and they catch on fire. And then I'm not quite sure I'm understanding my, I guess I would call it my superpower, like Destiny, where you press both bumpers, you know, where somehow I can like grab a guy or something. I'm not comprehending that one too well. And then I just before the show was able, I think it's some type of like grenade or can like throw fire or something. I haven't done it yet, but I'm having a hard time understanding my both bumpers when I press.
So
that.
Both bumpers for me is like I put on like I guess the simplest way to say it is I almost put on this asphalt shell on me. It gives me more health, more protection. Mm-hmm. Like the ground comes up and covers me up. So that's pretty cool. You get more protection that way, more armor. Any better armor. I like how when I do the fire thing, as they're getting damaged, it's healing me, which is pretty cool. Yes.
You know, that's pretty slick. I like that. What else do you like about the game? Like I said, I think it looks okay, but yeah, it's not next gen. It's definitely not next gen.
Right.
On Xbox, it says it's optimized for the Series X and S.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, they could say that, but
compared to the PS5,
well, compared to what you showed, yeah, it's just like holy shit.
I mean, I could make that game on the PS5. Just put a guy behind a smoke bomb.
Now, is there a chance, Mike, on the PS5 there that there's a storm coming through, and then after a while it cleared up, or was it like
inside? That's
constantly.
That's that inside. That particular mission. Outside, it looks fine. But that particular screenshot I showed you was that first inside mission where you go rescue the Russian dude.
Did it ever clear up or anything, or was it like that constantly?
Stays like that the whole time you're inside.
Constantly, bro.
Constantly.
Maniac says, does anyone have any issue of Outriders demo freezing or losing connection? Playing matchmaking with Chase, I lost connection once, and the Xbox did freeze up on me today. At one point, I had to restart the game. But thankfully, when I did restart it, it brought me back exactly where I was playing. Yeah, sure enough, I don't know what the deal is. I'm playing it, out default settings. You know, one thing the game doesn't have is an HDR like screen that how you usually see like their logo in the middle, and you can do the adjustments.
Adjusting, right?
They don't have anything like that. They just have like you go into the HDR screen and you can increase the brightness.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I noticed on both versions is the text is terrible in the menu screens. Like that gray background with the white text and black outline is very poor to see.
It does seem a little dull, faded, the colors and everything.
Oh, it's definitely a dour story, Matt, where there's a lot of browns and grays and blacks for sure.
Yeah, I'm not expecting clowns and happy horseshit, but it just seems like the menus everything just seems muted.
They got a month to get it together. Seems like CD Projekt Red made it or something. I don't know, but it's
it's the same people that made Bulletstorm.
Yeah.
And I think the same people that made was it that Gears Judgment Day?
Yeah, you could tell.
Yeah.
So you going to buy it, Mike?
I don't know. It's $59.99. I think it would be a no-brainer at $39.99. Let's see where we're at.
That'd be a nice sweet spot. What about you, Eric?
Yeah, I'm gonna say too. They need to put it on Game Pass. Is what they need to do.
I think talk to Square Enix about that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're running long here. Let's. Anything else that you played this week, Eric?
I'm done, bro. I'm done.
All right, Matt. How about you?
I'm not going to say anything more about Outriders. I'm going to play some more of the demo. Destiny 2, of course. Season. Division 2. Man, Division 2. What a great refresh of game that is, playing that. But let's talk real quick. Wednesday night, game night, we did Wreckfest.
Yeah, me.
And that was a lot of goddamn fun, man.
Yeah,
that was a blast.
If we get more people on PC to get Wreckfest or Xbox, it's also on Xbox. But there's no crossplay between Xbox and Xbox PC, unfortunately.
No, unfortunately there isn't. But man, that was a lot of fun. We just fucking around, chilling, playing. I was on the couch for a while, driving around the couch, getting thrown out of the couch, and we did school buses and shit.
Matt didn't take it seriously once, so I'm always like trying to win, and like I'm in a regular sort of crash up derby car, and Matt's one time he's on a lawnmower, one time he's on a couch, one time he's in a bus,
in an RV.
Yeah. But yeah, we had a lot of fun Wednesday playing it. I think at the end we finally were like, fuck it, let's just all three of us play. Because we could put you could bring bots into the game, which made it a little bit more exciting. But at the end, the last match, you're like, fuck it, all three school buses against each other. And of course, our great minds made the game fizzle out because then we couldn't connect, we couldn't invite anybody, and we were just like, fuck it, screw this. But we had a lot of fun when we were all school buses playing against the bots.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, pushing each other off the track and everything. It was a lot of fun. They were just fucking around. Yeah. It was really cool. But yeah, I enjoyed that, and I think this coming Wednesday we will be doing that again for sure.
Nice. Yep. PC. Anybody got it?
Yep.
Hit us up if
free on Game Pass.
If Chase,
if you have that.
If Chase and Al are not around on Wednesday, we can move over to Xbox and play it on Xbox as well.
Yeah, we don't play on the Xbox. See how it plays on there.
Anything else, Matthew?
No. That's it. That's the major points right there.
All right. So very quickly on my end, just the only other thing touch upon is I got about 15 or so hours into Immortals Phoenix Rising. Got a bit of a love-hate relationship with the game right now. I love running around and exploring and fighting shit, but I'm just not into the puzzles, man. It's a fucking lot of puzzles in this game. But I'm sticking with it. I haven't quit on it yet. I just spent like an hour in one of those vaults trying to complete the puzzle, throwing boxes around, bringing boxes with me. Like, what am I, really, what am I doing? I go from playing a game like Outriders where I'm shooting all this shit, all these power-ups. So I go to this vault where I'm throwing boxes around to step on pressure plates. It was quite the juxtaposition. But I think it looks beautiful, plays pretty cool. I wish the characters weren't so cartoony, and maybe the character models could be a little bit bigger. Sometimes I feel like the world is so vibrant, there's a lot going on, and I feel like my character is a little small on the screen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I mean, it's definitely a Zelda clone in some ways, but they got some of their own ideas too. I think there's a lot of shit to do. There's a lot of currencies in that game. There's a lot of different mission types that you can do. So there's a lot of meat on the bone in that game. And
a lot of good humor too.
I was just going to say the same thing, Eric. I think there's some clever humor and jokes in that game.
Yeah, and when I say it's a Zelda clone, it's not like they just slapped it together. They put their own stamp on it, and like you said, with the humor and all the different other missions, there's a lot to consume in this game, and I think they've already put out some DLC as well.
Yeah.
All right, we have 2 voicemails. I think they're very short, so we're going to blast through those, and then we'll wrap this up. We ready?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I think we got a voicemail here from Beardy, and he wanted to talk about the artwork.
Beardy
McWhiskey.
I don't think Beardy's ever called into this show, has he?
Well, he's called in this week. He wants to talk about the artwork.
This is going to be very important.
Beardy McWhiskey, just listening to the latest show and had a couple of merch ideas. One for each of the 3 of you. So for Eric, you have a sort of distorted, pixelated face, and above it just says, "I do it constantly, bro." And then underneath, bad fodder figures.
Nice.
I could do that.
Or Mike, you just have a picture that says, "The Captain," Mike wearing his sunglasses, Twitter profile, bad fodder figures. And then for Matt, you have a picture of Matt wearing sunglasses. Above it says, "Stacking paper, bad fodder figures." Just some ideas, kick it around. Love the show. Talk to you soon. Bye.
So it's almost like I'm not sure if you guys are older than me. I'm not saying I'm sure if you're old enough, but if you can remember way back in the 70s, and I was not old enough to comprehend what was going on at the time, but Kiss put out their own individual albums in the 70s, right?
Yes.
So it almost seems like here we would put out our own individual shirts, and would see which ones are the biggest sellers.
I was going to say we have a contest. It's who sold the most. Yeah.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Kind of like that idea.
Eric, did you listen last week, and do you have any artwork ideas? You are the man with all the art. We need your brains and your not only do we need your contacts, which we've already talked about, but we need your brains to come up with some artwork for us.
He's a merchandising man.
I did listen, and that whole Three Stooges thing was cool. I was listening to that. But I got some stuff I'm thinking about. Yeah, but that was a good idea, he said, though. I like that. I do it constantly. Bro.
Bibbs wants a mesh back trucker hat.
That he's been asking for that for a while.
Because he's going to buy that plot of land, and he's going to be out there with his jet stream and his plot of land. He needs to look the part.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, and I think a very quick voicemail. I think this time from Dub F. It did not appear to be very long.
Famous last words.
What's going on, gentlemen? Calling in with some big news this week. Big news. But make sure you're sitting down. The news is so big. Have a seat. Everyone take a seat. Here is the big news. Old Fred French broke 100,000 in the gamer score, huh?
Hey.
Thank you very much. Yes, balloons are falling, confetti's going off, boom, 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 fireworks, yes! I broke the 100,000 threshold! Yeah. I know.
Hail to the rest.
Hardcore. Achievement hunters are probably like, yeah, that's nothing. But to me, it's a big deal. Yes. It's always been a thing of mine, and I finally did it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for all the applause. Thank you for all your support. That's all I got. Hurry up, Archie.
Told you it was short. Golf clap. I think I might have. Do I have that on the soundboard?
I don't know.
I'll have to find that for later. I think I have.
I know you got crickets.
Yeah. Here you go. It's the best I can do right now for you, Fred. Well, congratulations, 100,000. I think I'm at.
Yeah, congrats, dude.
I think I'm at somewhere 100,007. So 107,000. 107,000.
I don't know where the fuck I am. I don't pay attention.
Me either. I could care less.
No, you know you guys pay attention. You know it.
I do not. I do not. I could care less them fucking achievements popping up. It's
speaking of it, this is what I do care about. Ever since Xbox Live went down and shit went wonky, my achievements no longer make any sounds. And when I take pictures, you know how I'm a very prolific photographer, photographer on the Xbox ecosystem. You know, we covered those bases last week.
Yep.
It no longer makes a sound when I take my photos, and when my photos are ready to share out to the masses, the sounds no longer pop. I want that crispness of the pop. Why am I not getting this anymore?
Did you change the setting? Yes, I did not automatically share.
I changed nothing. I sit down, I go quick resume, and I'm right back in Immortals Phoenix Rising. I make no changes to these systems. I leave them alone.
Well, maybe go into the setting.
Here's the thing. The only thing that sort of corresponds to this, the only setting change that I did make was last week we talked about the boost, right? The FPS boost. And I changed the I went from 4K 60 frames per second to 1080p 120 frames per second to test out a few games. And I tell you, the system's not happy. Your TVs and systems are not happy when you change those settings willy-nilly. And maybe that's what happened. Once I changed that and I changed it back, something went askew, and now I'm no longer getting those sounds.
It doesn't do it automatic. I thought you could put it on like automatic or something to go with the best or something. I don't know.
No, not for the TV, not for the FPS boost. You got to go into your own. You got to go into the Xbox settings and change it to 1080.
And actually physically change.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Mike. No, go ahead, Mike. Go ahead. This is something different.
I thought the best thing that Eric's talking about is the way it serves you the best version.
Yeah.
Like that's like smart delivery. But as far as downscaling the resolution, but going up in frames, you got to do that manually.
I'm looking here on the app. My gamer score. Take a guess what my gamer score is.
If I had to take a guess, 17,000, somewhere in that range.
17,000. Okay, Eric, what do you think?
52,000.
Tell you what, Mike. If we was playing The Price is Right, Mike would win. It's 19,075.
Nice.
Way low. Holy shit.
Hey, Mike, let me ask you a question, Mike. I need an update. Did you ever play the Luna?
No, I have not. I threw a bunch of boxes away this week. Shit that was cluttering up my office, and I said, you know what? I'm not throwing out the Luna box because this might be a collector's item as one day. You know, it might be like the Stadia that some
Stadia, yeah.
Yeah, so I saved the box, but yeah, I do need to play that. I got to find something to play.
Well, you could play Phoenix Rising and just save it online, and you can play it on that Luna too.
Oh, that's right. That's a good idea. Yeah, that's what I'll do. All right, let's wrap it up. It's almost 11. I got to get to my other night job.
Holy shit.
Matthew, shout-outs, plugs, comments?
Yeah, shout out everyone in chat tonight. We had a nice turnout in chat tonight. I appreciate everyone showing up. Bibs, Maniac J. Awesome guys. Thank you very much for stopping by and
Chase.
Being part of the show. Chase, thank you. I knew I was forgetting one. But yeah, thanks everybody for coming in and stopping by. And Wednesday night, Wreckfest. We're going to try it again this week. Try and check it out. Try and join up. If you don't have the game, even just come into Discord and open chat and talk. We're even that. You don't have to be playing the same game we are or any game at all. You just chill and talk to us and shit. So, and Mike, Eric, awesome talking to you guys again every Sunday. So cool. That's where we are.
Eric at the JOB as usual.
Yeah, right. I might since I'm gonna be at the job Wednesday, Matt. I'm gonna stop by while y'all playing Wreckfest, and I might.
Yeah.
I might try to play it on my tablet. We'll see if I can do it on my tablet while I'm here.
There you go.
Thanks everybody in chat. I don't know who's there because I can't see you, but I know you're there. So thanks for coming by, and that's it, man. He's sitting around sipping Crown tomorrow.
Well, Bibbs says he's on quarantine for COVID for 2 weeks. So hopefully that turns out well for your Bibbs. And we haven't heard from Ian Hale. Is I in love and with this girl, or is he got a case of the Rona? Has anybody put out any? Has anybody put out any breadcrumbs or smelling?
I talked to Jay on Friday. Okay. He called me up on the telephone, we talked for a while on the telephone. He called me.
Say, what's the new game then? Telephone.
What's the telephone?
Yeah, he called me up on the telephone there, and we chatted for a little while.
Yeah.
He had some questions for me, and we talked. And I told him, I said, hey, you got to show up once in a while again, come around. And apparently him and his girl, they're hitting the bomb out or something. I don't know. But
Jay's hoes before bros. I get it.
Jay, yep.
And it was good to see Mark, Team Chaos Theory, in Discord recently. He's got a very pretty girl in his arm as well. So,
man.
So congrats to him.
Yes, sir.
Good to see him smiling. Good to hear from him. So, shout out to everybody that showed up tonight and chats with us during the week. Appreciated.
All them guys out there getting more action than me right now.
Well, you hang around with us, you're not going to get any action.
I don't know what y'all are talking about. I do it constantly. I don't know what you're talking about.
You probably suffer from the day-night work schedule. Probably really hampers your lifestyle.
Yes, it does.
Would that be a fair statement?
It'd be a very fair statement.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, best of luck to you. As this guy I know from Ohio would say to me, good luck.
I have a few minutes here. I can go to Chatterbait before I go to bed.
Oh no!
All right.
So let's hurry up.
On that note, we'll see. This is 153. We'll be back for 154 next week.
Ooh, 154. Wow, it really does damage to the boat, man.
I was trying to find the clap. I couldn't find any clap. I'm sorry.
What the hell was that from? It really does damage to the boat, man.
I must have been Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, it must have been.
Yeah.
I must have set on fire or something.
Oh, here it is. I have it as applause, not clap. I'm sorry, Dub F. There you go. All right. Good night, everybody.
Bye.